I will never be free from this little dragon thing. I'm so sorry. Hello, everyone. I'm hoping that everybody's fine. I was discussing some of the little things that we've accomplished for the channel and what that entails for the party itself. So, good evening, everyone. My name is Crit. I am your resident Dungeons & Dragon DM. Or Pathfinder DM in this case. When I'm not here creating content, I'm normally doing dices where basically that can double as a dragon horde. Welcome to the fire. So, as I was saying, thank you so much for the support from everybody. What I mean by that is our YouTube exploded, literally. I made a little outreach saying, hey guys, if you want to support, and people like showed up in droves. Thank you so much for that. We've also passed the 600 subscriber here on Twitch. What that means for our players is that I promised them that if we passed a cap of 600 follows, they would gain a free rune, random rune. So just give me a second. Who wants to give me a number?
42.
What?
12. 42? Just one, so decide. 42 or 12?
42.
69. It's always 42.
Yeah, it's between 1 and 5. 1 and 5. 1 and 50. So,
1 and 5. 1 and 5.
1 and 5. So you're saying 42 or 12?
Whichever
42.
one's a ghost touch.
So you
You're
know,
both correct, right? 42 is always the right answer, and 12 is Tom Brady, so can't go wrong.
so
Oh,
which one?
God. 42.
42.
42. 42 grants you a rune of Dragon's Breath, a second level Dragon's Breath. So I will be giving that to you in the party inventory. Just give me a second. It's called Dragon's Breath. Oops, I need to spell that right. Dragon's Breath, second level. You should now see that appearing soonish in the party stash. So congratulations. This is a good thank you for that. Just give me a second. There we go. Dragon's Breath, second level.
Go team.
Go team. All right. I want to remind everybody at home following us that they can assist the party at any time if they want by playing cards. The cards can be found here. So you basically need to make a Streamloot account and collect these cards. In order to do that, we are giving out free cards and free packs during the stream. And you can use them. You can scrap them in order to gain materials, to craft other cards. Just to give you an example, some of them might be influencing the story to a point, for example, that we have Oleg that will be moving into Olegton, or rather Oleg's trading post, but only once the card that Olegton, the city, is founded. So, and of course, all these cards will slowly be gathered and basically enhancing the material that we have. Just give me a second. I want to do that here. So if you want to claim your free cards, players cannot do it. So if you are a viewer and you want to have free cards, you go into Streamloot at Crickcrafters, and this is the keyword that I'm typing right now in chat. Use this to, you basically go and make a quote-unquote purchase, and you use that code to get your free packs. All right. That being said, I want to do my shout-outs. So normally I do shout-outs for other content creators, cool people that I've met or streams that I've sit down during the week. My first shout-out goes, again, as usual, to... Oh, wow, we don't see it because of the other one. Just give me a second. Let me bring it here. The Worst of Times. Amazing Dungeons & Dragon group. So I really like Dungeons & Dragon group that bring a different approach. They're really centered around roleplay, putting basically stats somewhat on the sides. And it's very interesting to know that a lot of the people there are not that, like, they're not people that have been playing for like 17 years. So go watch them every Tuesdays at 10 p.m. They are amazing. Let me see, I got other ones. Here's another shout out. I normally don't shout out for groups that are that don't do Dungeons and Dragons, but Unauthorized User. is a content creator that creates certain things for video games mainly, Let's Plays and other things. But he also has a Dungeons and Dragons channel, unauthorized dice roll, I believe, which is slowly picking up steam. He has a shop online if you want to check it out. Very cool stuff. And last but not least, give me a second. Where is it? Yes, here we go. Last shout out that I want to give this week is Ticking Time Bob. So, as I said, I really like channels that do different things. Ticking Time Bomb actually plays Pendragon and Legend of the Five Rings. I was talking about Pendragon a bit earlier with the statistics that they use, the systems that they use. I'm super spanking brand new into it, so I don't know a whole lot of it yet. But really slowly getting into it. He's doing 3 games that are interconnected. Every session is about-ish a year, or rather, no, wait, I was explaining to me that it was like a month of game time is a year in game. And the system's kind of made that way. It reminded me a whole lot of the SCA because there's feasts, there's wars, there's knights. So, you know, really familiar things there. So that's amazing. Go check them out. They're great. All right. Oh, that's not what I want to do. That's what I want to do. Here we go for the shout-outs. That's all for now. Just give me a second. Let me go see that. All right. So how have you been doing, guys, for this week? It's been 2 weeks since we last spoke to each other, except Con, I believe that's in Ravenloft. So how are you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Good, doing excited.
Wonderful.
It was a fun weekend.
Good.
Traveling, friend's wedding.
Oh, yes. Yes. I hope that was great.
It was a blast. They both said yes. So
They both said yes.
That is a very integral part of the wedding ceremony.
So does that mean that the horse is going to have a companion now?
Well, let's let them be married for more than 3 days.
Fair. All right.
Did they say yes or did they say I do?
Oh, that's a solid question. What was the vow?
I
Yeah. What about I do? Did you want me to pay attention?
wait. Weren't you part of the wedding party?
Well, yeah, but I did my reading like first thing. I was the second reader, and then I got to sit down. And then
Gotcha.
you take a little power nap.
Gotcha.
Catholic ceremonies,
Yeah,
man. Those are 55 minutes.
Fair.
You didn't zone out. Why bother paying attention?
All right. So while a wedding is interesting, I think that we should get into tonight's episode of Kingmaker, episode 17, The Harrow Court. So first we will be playing the small intro, and then we'll get into the thick of it.
Why is our Baron so quiet today?
Well, ready your pen, Lindsay. We're about to create a damn fine new story.
Last we left off, our party had just visited Donovan Ashcroft, a vampire lord from Ustalav who had just settled near the Silver Step Lakes. His purpose there was questionable at best. Cyrus Brightshade, the Archmage living across the Silver Step, was questioning his presence, and of course enlisted the help of the players in order to find out and / assault the castle. Of course, it was quickly found out that Cyrus was clearly overestimating the players in their abilities and what they could do, and after a quick discussion, decided to go with a more diplomatic approach. After this, the players, of course, concluded a deal. Wait, just give me a second. What is that? Oh, here we go. Sorry, I just tried to start something and it wasn't starting. His music's always better.
Ooh.
All right. So, it was at the gate of Castle Dowercrag that the vampire woman Aliriel gave Shiraza one of these cards that he was looking for. For those who don't know these cards, they are called Cards of Destiny. They are part of a deck, a set of cards that have magical and powerful abilities. Most of them, though, have even more and unknown powers. Specifically, Shiraza was saying that if he gathers enough, he could have the means to bring back Lucian back from the dead. So when Aliriel handed him a card, everybody in the vicinity, including Aliriel and the rest of the party, was taken and moved elsewhere. Let me put that up here. That's not what I want. That is what I want. The experience is strange. Have any of you ever been teleported before?
Oh yeah, all the time in real life.
What about the 200-year jump?
It didn't feel like a teleportation for you. It was more of a displacement. You saw a strange natural phenomenon, the change of the color in the water, but it didn't feel as if you were thrown somewhere or anything like that. Teleportations feels more like, when you're laying down in bed and you have this, oh, I'm falling feeling. Thank you for the idea. And the falling feeling that you have. That's what teleportation feels like. This feels a bit different. For a second, you blink and feel nothingness. And the moment you blink back, several things happen. The first of which is you look around and you are in this idyllic castle gateway, looking on to this almost unnatural. Hey, thank you for the raid, side. All right, just give me a second. So you find yourselves in the threshold, basically the gateway leading to this idyllic-looking castle. To the west.
Oh.
To the east, to the north, and to the south, there are different landscapes. It almost feels like a garden that has been maintained that way. Hey, thank you for the follow. Just gonna do one thing here.
Find the magical Wizard of Oz.
You find the magical Wizard of Oz, yes. Now. Way to spoil something. Thank you so much.
Pretty sure that name's trademark.
Oh no, we're gonna get No, we're gonna. So, hey there, welcome Raiders, welcome. So, as I was saying, this strange and idyllic castle sits in the middle of what seems to be a valley, surrounded by a large mountain range, and of course, over the castle and the valley itself is this magnificent sky that seems to be in almost perpetual twilight. A mixture of stars can be found as well as the sun up in the sky. Looking northwards, you see what seems to be a stretch of desert that seems to be leading up to the mountains. To the south, marshlands. To the east, you see what seems to be lush forests. And to the west, you see beautiful water, like a lake and so forth. Then, right beside you, Shiraza, you hear a person scream in agony. You blink and you remember, kind of like just for a second, that Aliriel was right next to you, and it is broad daylight. She does not catch fire though. Her eyes roll back and she falls down to the ground. So, just letting you know, guys know, we are playing Kingmaker, but a player died, so we segue into the last step of trying to bring someone back from the dead. So, as I was saying, the vampire woman screams in agony and falls down on the ground right beside you, Shiraza.
Okay.
There's other things that happen. That is not all. The cards that you have on you, the 5 cards that you have on you, slips out from the pocket that they are in and hover about for a second. Just give me a second. Let me get my note for that. Where is it? That's not what I need. So you have the unicorn card. The unicorn card kind of like is washed over by a magical energy. And you check to the east, and you see a spot of forest kind of growing, with this gigantic tree seeming to be looming over the rest of the forest, creating this idyllic woodland area. Then the Teamster is washed over, and at the feet of the castle, a small village appears, which it manifests. And several large animals, livestock drivers, and others seem to be appearing as well, creating life apparently from nothing. You hear, as the dance card is washed over by that same magical energy, from within the castle, sound of music slowly coming to life. And the castle kind of shifts and seems to grow slightly.
Dope.
The avalanche card is washed over, and you hear off in the distance, directly in front of the castle, several miles away into the mountain range, you do see a part of the mountain that seems to be struck by an avalanche rolling down the mountainside. You hold the last card that you were given by Illyrio. You remember that you are not attuned to it. It does not have any effect. What do you guys do?
Can we throw a blanket or a cloak over the
Absolutely.
smoldering vampire?
She's not burning. She more or less looks more like a corpse on the ground than an actual burning vampire or anything like that. Anybody that is interested can do a recall knowledge religion for me.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Could I make medicine?
No, it would be religion because it's not.
Okay.
It's magical.
Understood.
How do I use that skill?
Bran, you know next to nothing about vampires, sadly.
That's not true.
Nakri, you know that vampires drink blood. You wish to use assurance?
Yeah.
What is your standard proficiency bonus for thank you so much for the good luck. What is your proficiency level?
I'm untrained with religion.
But you have assurance religion?
Yeah.
What the hell? I think you can't.
No?
No, because you need to be trained in order to have assurance in a skill.
Oh
Thank
well,
you,
I'll
Gladly.
roll then.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna solve it in another way. We're gonna do this, and
you're
you've
right.
never used intimidation. Here we go. Yeah, right. Almost a follow goal.
I'm okay with intimidation.
Awesome. So that would mean that your check would be an 18. Still not enough. You know that as a vampire, vampires have weaknesses and other things. Gilali, you're able to decipher that she is not any kind of vampire. She is a Strigoi vampire. Strigoi vampires do not catch fire. They go almost dead and compared to a body as long as they are in direct sunlight.
Okay. I share this with my companions. I go, we need to cover her and move her out of the light. I think she might be a stripper. Pretty sure that's what's happening here. She's going to be catatonic as long as she's in the light.
Can she hear us? Can you hear us?
You look at the woman on the ground, and as far as you're concerned, she looks like a body, a dead person.
Do we necessarily care?
Of course.
Yeah, we care for several reasons.
Yes.
Not the least of which is she was a person a moment ago, but
She's
also
an
that
undead.
we left a castle with a vampire that you just made a promise to be an ally with, and you know, if we go back without this person, I feel as though they're going to be upset and also
Well,
blame us.
You've
So,
made the deal
yeah,
that he cannot attack you, and you've not done anything here. There's no part of the deal that says you have to care for his people.
Yeah, but
I
good
throw,
for...
I throw my clothes on top of her.
He said he wouldn't attack us
sorry.
without reason.
What do you do, Bran?
I just throw my traveler's cloak over the body to cover.
Okay.
And on the side, I will pull out my tent, my little tent, and set it up. And
Around her.
yeah, like,
Okay.
let's put her in the tent.
So the cloak doesn't seem to be sufficient, as of course her clothing didn't seem to be sufficient in order to keep her from being catatonic. Takes about 10 minutes to set up the little tent, and as you do, she seems to be regaining conscious. Where are we?
Good question. No clue. But for now,
She looks at
you're
you and
not...
she looks at you and grows like her face, her expression changes and almost becomes feral, and she tries to reach for you, which you naturally kind of like step away, and like she rebukes from the sunlight like line that she doesn't dare to actually pass.
I see you come down. Just so you know, we don't know where we are. We'll try to bring you back to Lord Donovan, but for now, sit tight or be stunned. I don't know. Okay, see you later.
She gives a low growl as you leave, leaving basically the small tent at the entrance of this idyllic castle with a vampire lord inside of it.
Oh, that's problematic.
Yes, Shiraza.
We've been in the first world, and I'm kind of familiar with some stuff now. I mean, I speak Fae, so there's some like hint there. Can I try to figure out where we are? If we're in like in the same plane or different dimension?
You may do either occult or arcana. So this is not the first world. Though it resembles it, it is much more structured. In the first world, ideas have energy. Ideas can actually take shape and basically be granted power on their own. While this place looks to be not the prime material plane, it is not the first world.
Okay. So I'll look to the vampire and go, I'm dreadfully sorry. Stay here. If we find a way back, we will return for you.
She growls, and that's about her answer.
I'll smile and just kind of walk away.
All right.
And
Do you know, Miss? Is there a way you can travel with us? Like, what are we missing about you?
She seems to be weighing whether answering or not, or what type of answer she's going to be providing, until she, of course, mentions that, well, she needs darkness and the sun not to be up in order for her to be able to walk. She can be, if you move the tent with her and she goes into the shadows of the castle itself, she could be safe.
Now, if we do that, that's with the understanding that you're not going to be getting grabby, growly, and trying to eat any of us, correct?
She does not answer.
Real? That's not.
Well, it's fine. I have a pact with your lord, so if you attack us, does that affect your lord pact with us?
She doesn't answer.
Real talkative, that one. Well, we can put her in the shadow, but... Or on the edge of the shadow, you know. No, that's cruel, that's cruel.
She just like lunge from then hopes that she just like falls inert and just like hopes that the momentum's gonna carry her into the shadow. She's getting, what is it? Is it like Luigi in Smash Brother that does that? You know, it's just like lunge himself from like sideways.
Oh yeah, like almost tripping. Yeah.
That's insane. All right, so what do you guys do?
Question.
I think we just carry on and we come back for her.
Yes, Shiraza.
Investing only takes the amount of time it takes to don the item. So I could just invest the card.
You could invest a
2 seconds,
card
right?
and that's it. Yes.
Yeah, no, I'll invest into the tyrant.
Excellent. The moment you invested the tyrant, the card slips from your hands, seems to be hovering just in front of you, and is washed over by that same magical energy. As you do, you hear a dragon's roar resounding up in the sky as a golden dragon appears and seems to be going in circles around the highest peak of the castle in front of you.
Raza, these are your cards. Do you know where we are and what is going on?
Well,
I'm a
I
god.
know,
This
in
is
front
my
of a
realm.
castle. I know we're in front of a castle. I know there's a flying lizard and a town has happened. I assume in the castle we'll get information.
Above the table, just a quick question. Does Terrazzo wince at me using his name?
Oh yeah, you did.
Oh, that's right. Give me a second.
Okay, just making sure it works in this realm too.
I'm gonna die.
Just make it.
Wait, you're
I
bringing
love
it.
that the
No, it
character's
doesn't
like,
work. No,
"Hey,
no,
Shiraza,
he's fine.
Does it hurt here too?
No, he's fine.
Oh wait,
I'm fine.
it's fine.
Yep.
Ooh.
So he'll take a few seconds after he says all that, and then kind of look at to you for a second and say, "Sorry, can you say my name again?"
Like the one that you gave us, or your real one?
Well, the one that you know I go by.
Shiraza.
Right, that doesn't hurt.
Nice. What's the name of the dragon? Is it Falco or something?
Toothless.
I would put on the never-ending story theme if it was not trademark. If it was not copyrighted.
Well, at this point, I think we just walk into the castle, or at least the village.
So which of the two?
And Shiraza, you did summon the dragon, right? That was whatever you just did with the cards. You did that, or?
Well, no, I'm. The cards are doing whatever they're going to do. I have no. I'm not controlling this.
But
Come,
So
stop
now we
being
want to walk
Yeah.
toward the castle that has the
with
dragon.
the dragon.
The dragon is basically like the castle is kind of like this typical, this almost Disney World-esque castle. And at the highest peak, the dragon is drawing circles, going around, flying around it.
We see a donkey.
Oh my god.
So, you
Do
walk
we
toward.
see anyone with glass slippers at this castle?
There's no mouse. There's no aberration. There's no
Is-
kitsunes.
Is the village on the way to the castle? Like it's at the foot of the
So
no,
you see that path that seseems to be going through waterfalls and stuff like that. It's
Right.
basically a tunnel that you need to basically go down a path and go down this little winding path because basically the castle is sitting atop this cliff.
Right.
So you basically need to go down, and if you like here-ish. Oops, sorry. Give me a second. Here-ish is where the village appeared.
Okay.
To the castle.
Yeah, no, sure. I'll just start walking towards the castle.
Excellent.
At least it's a gold dragon.
You walk towards the castle, and the gate opens almost on its own, it seems, as you thread forward. The two gates open, and there's a man. It seems to be like, average built, average hairstyle, like brown hair, in his mid-20s, early 30s. Like mid-20s, early 30s. He's holding a book, and he walks towards you and presents you with the book. Good day.
He'll smile at the man. Morning? And then reach out for the book.
He gives you the book, turns around, and goes back towards the inside of the castle without so much as asking more questions, as if it was almost the most normal thing that could ever happen.
Naturally, I look at the book.
So you open the book. The pages seems to be made of this golden material for a second, and shine enough to make you like wince. And as you open back your eyes, the book is gone. You do gain, though, a knowledge. You do gain something from it, as if the book was had magically imparted you with a knowledge of a ritual. Give me a second, I'll give it to you. It is here. Ritual.
It requires the horn of a dragon, the ice from an avalanche,
No, it doesn't.
the blood of villagers.
No, stop. For some reason, my search thing is not searching, so I'll try to give it to you by another way. There it is. So it's okay. Give me a second. Yep. Can't find it. Let's see, arrowing. Really, it's not an item? Okay. I thought they made something for it, but they apparently did not. Okay, so I'll make you. Sorry, I thought that it existed. My bad, guys. Sorry. I'm gonna add it here, and that here, and I will. I've added a ritual, which is called Enter the Arrow Court. It is instant knowledge that you gain that this ritual can be done while holding one of the cards from the deck of destiny, and depending on the card and a place that is familiar to you with great association with the card could take you there, or back through the Arrow Court, which is this castle.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
So you slowly head towards this main gate entryway of the castle, but our attention will go elsewhere for a moment. Now, I would like to introduce a sixth player, Jericho. Welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, I think I'm going to have to increase your volume because you're very quiet.
Try to yell.
He's a very polite orc.
He's a very polite orc. Yes.
Oh yeah, bud.
The last thing you do remember is that she that brought you here told you to wait and destiny would take its course. That she had spoken to some individuals. Hey, thank you for the more supports. We're gonna change that. Sorry guys, thank you so much. She told you that help would be on the way, and that she spoke with adventurers recently that would be able to assist you.
Okay.
You've been in this castle for a bit less than a day. Thanks a lot, Demi Nerd. A bit less than a day. When you got here, there was a single bedroom, a single hall, like several little things, but like only in singles. About 5 minutes ago, the castle expanded. The castle grew to contain 6 bedrooms, 6 dining halls, 6 great halls, 6 training rooms, and 6 workshops. So it went from this small affair to this grand and opulent castle. Then, about 2 minutes after that, as you were walking into a hallway, the floor shifted a bit, and a ballroom sprang from nowhere, accessible from anywhere in the castle, into where we are. So, first, for the viewers, would you be able to describe Kraz?
Yeah, Kraz is an orc, basically a battle-hardened orc, part of a warband previously. He was he followed the god Serene and was basically in a warband that was led by a war chief called Saruk, who led basically a pilgrimage to spread the word of Serene around. And during the fighting of taking a dwarven hold, Saruk basically turned and grew crazy, and that's kind of where we're at right now.
You're a scarred orc, correct?
Correct.
Excellent. So what does Kraz look like physically?
Kraz he's a medium build, long black hair, scarred, tattooed, and green skin, dark green skin.
Excellent. I just want to remind the audience, of course, that in Pathfinder, orcs aren't necessarily pig-nosed and anything, or are not necessarily inherently evil. There are largely a lot of orcs that revere Sarenrae for the aspect that she is the goddess of glory. So that being said, you're kind of like moving about in this castle, and then a few moments later, you hear this loud roar. Not exactly sure coming from outside. It seems to be coming from somewhere above the castle floors. What do you do?
What I would like to do is take a look around and see if there's a way upstairs to find out what kind of noise that was.
There's multiple ways upstairs. Basically, like, you know, the standards circular stairs that you basically walk upstairs. They give way to opulent balconies where you can see the beautiful landscape. You did remember looking up in the distance, and you noticed that, oops, there's a village that appeared. There's a large tree up to the west, and up in the sky is a large golden dragon. More importantly, though, normally you've only met a few individuals here lately. The few people that you've met are not really of the conversation type. They're smiling, they're polite, and largely just trying to avoid any meaningful conversation.
Okay.
Down the courtyard, you do see a group of 5 people that seem to be discussing near a small tent that somehow has been set it up near the entrance, and are now in the process of heading towards the castle, basically in the main floor where you passed the threshold when you first entered it.
Can I ascertain anything about the travelers that I see, whether they're just merchants or anything about them from just looking?
From what you can see, there's one that seems to be a gnome or maybe a halfling that seems to be wearing a very colorful coat. There is a man wearing an armor, trident, and shield. There's another person that seems to be wearing robes and cloaks made of green, this emerald green cloaks. There's another woman. There is a woman with them that seems to be more dressed in clerical robes and other things like that. And there is a cat person with them. The more well known as the cat folks, which are not that frequent.
And they're walking up to the castle.
Yes, they're walking up towards the main gate.
Okay.
So if you want to intercept them or anything, or go to their... Thank you so much. We passed... Wow, sorry. We've shattered the hype train first level. We're going into a second level hype train, I think. No, we're nearly to a second level. Can we bring it to a second level? That would be amazing. Thank you so much. All right. The story goes on challenge. So, what would you do?
I'd like to go down closer to them and try to see if I can get a better look to see how I'm perceived, but still be wary about strangers.
All right, so Shiraza, Bran, McCree, Gilali, Vess, as you press on and pass this gentleman that gave you the book, you walk into what seems to be the main hall of the beautiful castle. It's eerily empty and clean. What I mean by that is there doesn't seem to be any handmaids or butlers or anything of the sort currently affaring themselves at keeping everything clean and tidy, but the marble floor is pristine. Every suit of armor seems to be waxed and beautifully maintained. The only sounds that you can hear coming from the interior of the castle are either the chirping of birds that seem to be going about on the rafters in the large Gothic architecture of the main hall itself, and the delicate music seeming to come from the ballroom at the other end of the hall that is basically there. And you do see off in the distance in that room what seems to be several people in the middle in the middle of either a ball or a celebration, in the process of dancing and so forth. Another thing that you see coming down one of the circular stairs is an orc that comes to your meeting. I would like the party to describe what Kraz sees. We're gonna start by Vess.
All right. Vess is a small but tall gnome for a gnome. Like around 4 foot.
Small but tall.
Yeah. He has white hair. Well, white hair with a stripe. I have a little blank on the picture we have there. Oh, I see it. Blue with a strike of white, and he has little glasses. He seems to be a lot playing with a little knife, and either is doing it unconsciously or consciously, hard to tell, but he often put it back in his sleeve, in his sheet, sorry. And he has a coat which is half blue and half pattern. If I recall, is black and white.
Yeah, it's black and white checkered part. Yeah, checkered black and white.
Yeah. And if I recall, oh no, that was Lucian, but he's not there, so never mind.
Not yet.
And yeah, maybe a little backpack with a lot of paper and stuff in it.
All right, McCree.
So Necray is darker skinned sun elf. He's got the desert kind of garb with a golden chain shirt on. Carries himself pretty tall, and upon seeing an orc, of course, has the classic elvish, wariness. But yeah, standard, elf in shining armor.
Gotcha. Bran? Bran? Shiraza. We're gonna circle back to the fireball casting wizard. Not yet, but soon.
You see this catfolk. Black fur, grey fur, a small bit of white is starting to show up in places. He's short, but you get the sense that it's probably not that he's small. It's more that, like, that's just his race. He's 5 foot, so he's smaller than a normal human, but, that's just kind of what he is. He's, pretty skinny, pretty lithe, and, you get the idea that he's pretty... He's not old, but he's seen some things. He's getting up there in years. He probably should be more content to find some place to settle. You notice that he doesn't have weapons on him. He does not carry any kind of like dagger or sword or anything of the sort. Around his waist he carries a healer's kit, and on his hip he has like a small like carrying pack of like cards and things like that.
All right, Bran?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
I don't know what was wrong. Everything was fine, but you couldn't hear me. Okay, just a quick question regarding my character and orcs. How common were orcs from my history?
So you are, even though that you're time-wise not, you're asynchrone in time, orcs are still pretty local to the north. You do know that they are stoutly opposed to the undeads of Ustalav. There are some orcs that man the castle of Last Wall, and there's a lot of orcs, specifically those of Saranre, that are that take post in order to guard the World Wound. And attacking anything that comes out of it, which is basically like this festering pith of of monstrous creatures that are spewed into the world. Think of it like, if Godzilla would come from a place, this is where he'd come from. The Tarask,
Gotcha.
the Tarask sprang from the World Wound.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Yeah, just wanted to know.
Yeah, and of course, there's of course also more barbarian orcs. Which are more in the kind of tribal. They're more glory driven and earning driven than evil driven. If that makes sense.
Absolutely. Just wanted to.
Sure.
So what you see before you is a normal-sized human, kind of blondish hair. Cloak green, holding a kind of an odd-looking staff, more walking stick size than a giant Gandalf thing, but still a staff nonetheless. And kind of looking about very sort of hesitantly at everything that's going on, trying to take it all in, trying to absorb and understand.
All right. Gilali.
Gilali is a tall, thin, graceful elf with smoldering amber eyes and sun-kissed skin. She has long curly hair, some of which is worn in braids that are threaded with bits of whimsy and shiny things. She wears loose, flowing desert garb. She is always within a hand's reach of her twin brother. She would have eyes full of curiosity and a warm, welcoming grin.
Perfect. Kraz, do you have any visual weapon, anything that would stand out from...
Yes, I carry a big, gigantic battle axe my
Is
God.
it like just big, or it's bigger than it should?
It's bigger. It's enormous.
It's enormous.
It's
It's a what is it called? Monster Hunter level axe, right?
yes, it's a Buster axe.
Oh, gotcha. Excellent. So you see these people down below. They seem kind of like almost taken aback as much as you are, but like you, and I mean, you're familiar with the reaction of people the reaction of people who are not used to seeing orcs, and this is pretty much it. What do you do?
So in this banquet hall, it's a ballroom. Is there anything around, like table, like food, drinks,
So-
anything like?
In order to get to the ballroom, you need to go down to the main
I'm
hall
sorry.
area where these guys are.
Yes.
And then head to the ballroom itself. You would need, it's about like I would say 2 minutes walk to get there. So to know to know that would be you'd be too far away in order to be able to
Fair enough.
notice that.
Then yeah, I will make my way down towards the group coming in.
Okay.
Slowly, don't want to alarm them, but just to make myself known and visual.
Okay. What is the rest of the group doing?
I'll be elbowing Nikri as I see the orc coming, and I ask, "Is it like another Lucian Frost Giant situation?"
Oh, I don't know. Necray's gonna call out. Necray sees Kraz, right? Like,
Oh yes, absolutely. He's coming
You
down
know,
like this
visually make
round
contact.
stairs, and then he's basically going to the ground floor from a staircase that seems to be leading to a balcony higher up.
Okay. So yeah, Necray's just gonna call out, polite greeting of, good day, friend.
Yep. Aho, friend.
Oh, he
Yes.
speaks, and he seems polite.
Do we? Would you mind telling us where we are?
I was hoping you could tell me.
Oh boy.
Well,
Shiraza is the only one who seems to have an idea.
And as I said, I don't know. Now tell me, how did you get here?
Well,
And he'll look at the orc.
I was brought here.
By
I don't want to give out too much information yet, as I just met them. But can I slyly reply and just kind of allude that I was brought here willingly, and even though I don't know where I'm at, I am not scared.
Absolutely. Does that satisfy your answer, Shiraza?
Have you been collecting cards?
Well, you want to play some poker?
Oh, if you want to, I'm happy to be wagering money.
No, I don't know anything about cards.
All the better to major of money with you. But this is distracting. You don't know where you are. You were brought here by something.
Yes.
Well, if you don't want to tell me, it's fine. Is there a lord of this castle or this land we could perhaps talk to?
Well, I've only been here for about half a day. Everything that you've seen, I've seen. So I don't know if there's a lord. Maybe I'm the lord of the castle.
Oh,
I was here
good
first,
day,
after all.
sir.
Good day, sir.
Shiraza will grin at your mention and kind of nod and say, "Well, what do you see? Let's confirm that we see the same thing."
I see a castle full of rooms. Previously, it was just one room, and now it's more, thanks to you. I would assume.
What do you mean, thanks to us?
Well, it was just me, and it was a smaller castle, and when you showed up, it grew.
Interesting. Taking notes.
Phil,
Yes.
do I still have the cards on me, or did they fly
Oh,
off?
you do still have them on you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take out the avalanche and I'll kind of just like show it to him. I won't let him get anywhere near it, but I'll show it to him. Be like, do you recognize these?
So what you see, I can actually show you what you see. Just give me a second. The avalanche. I believe it's this one here. Yes.
Sorry. Aye.
I don't remember how to do this, so I haven't used the cards in a while, so I'm like, how cards?
Don't mind us, everybody. It is clearly his first time.
Clearly, my first time. Give me a second. Deck of Destiny. No, that's not at all what I'm looking for. It was in the cards. It was in.
Here, I posted it.
Where? Ah, yes. So if you check in the chat, I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna show it for everybody to see. So this is the card that he produces. So you've seen cards like these before, Kraz. Kind of like, for you, they are as common as a person talking to you about tarot cards. In Pathfinder, in the world of Golarion, tarot cards do not exist. There are a set of cards called the Harrow cards, Harrow, and they are pretty much serve the same purpose, by which a person can draw them, arrange them in order to decipher and get a glimpse of the future, or the past, or other things as that. Of course, this being more of a magical world, the use of Harrow of Harrow decks and Harrow cards does have some magical properties, and the best practitioners of arrows are pretty much what we call folk magic users, which they're not exactly casting spells, but they are able to see the future in the tea leaves and stuff like that, and they're granted powers by this ability. And we see that Bran wants to coerce someone again for some reason. I don't know why he keeps doing that. So.
Oh, hydrate.
Hydrate.
Oh,
Cheers,
hydrate.
Everybody.
Hey, thank you, Thorn. All right.
So do you recognize this?
I recognize the cards as what they are, but not specifically about that one particular.
And you've never collected these?
I can't say that I have.
He'll look you over for a bit, clearly unsure, and then put away the card. And you'll see that he puts it away into like a very small deck. Like there's 5 cards in total, and so like it's a small like pack that he's. And he'll kind of nod and say, "Well, you, I assume, have not met the dragon?"
What? I don't believe so. What dragon is this?
He'll kind of point to the sky.
Oh,
The
dragon
yeah.
that you've seen briefly.
I have not met the dragon. I have seen the dragon.
Right. Well, I don't think it'd be smart to meet him.
Excuse me. So, if you're here for a while, well, since half a day, do you have any purpose except for meeting us? Like, what's next?
I know I'm supposed to be meeting a group of travelers. I would just assume that would be you. The castle seemed to welcome you. I just don't know too much about you yet.
Well,
What do you
like
mean you
why?
were supposed to meet us?
I was given some instructions when I was brought here that I should meet some travelers that may help me.
Who gave you these instructions?
An old
Who
friend.
gave you the idea
Faye,
we want to hate?
a patron, if you will.
Is that
So you were told to
Question.
come here and wait for people who can come and help you. What
Yes.
kind of help do you need?
I need protection, from what I've been told.
You
From what?
can
Secrets.
That I do not
yes,
know.
his protection.
Can I do like perception check to see if he's lying? It like how deceitful he's being, like something like that.
You want to what? Sorry.
Do sort of like an insight check. I don't know what it would be for Pathfinder.
You want to know if he's lying to you. Okay,
Yeah,
what do you want to know? What do you want to know if he's lying to you about?
If like he says
His
he's
purpose.
kind of withholding some information. That I kind of understand. But when being asked these direct questions of like, what do you need help with? He doesn't know. Like that just seems that trying to tell if is he lying or is he telling the truth about he doesn't know any of this stuff and like
I understand. Make a performance check.
performance.
Yes.
Oh.
Nope. Sorry, I rolled it for you. Let me
Yeah, I know.
let me not do that. Let me not do that. Because basically, it's performance is the art of lying. It's the art of making a performance. So you're basically checking for your own knowledge of like how you do it and so forth, so on. Double checking it through that in order to know if the person would be lying to you. He seems honest enough. That was destiny.
Exactly.
Destiny struck.
It's a symbol that doesn't make any sense.
Destiny struck.
Okay.
is
Quick question.
Hmm?
What's your name?
Ha! That's a good place to start. My name is Kraz.
Kraz.
Saying
Wonderful
it
to
very
meet you.
boastful and proud, as if you should know that name.
Ooh, that's a good
Lovely to
question.
meet
Of
you.
course, Kraz.
Do we know that name?
You can make a recall knowledge gladiator if you have it.
I'm sorry. There's a
What?
yeah, like
the gladiator lord.
It is gladiator lore. If you want to be very specific.
Kraz, may I... What year is it for you?
Oh, I
Shit.
the same year as you.
Well,
no. That's you would think with people that you meet.
I did not give him that info.
Highly innocent.
One would think.
my bad.
Here, I gave you the date in in Discord.
You can click on the clock icon on the sidebar.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yes.
4725.
Right. So you're not... What? Well, I suppose it doesn't matter what land you're from.
I do have a quick question. You
Yes.
said you've been here for a day and a
Oh,
half.
sorry, not for me. For the. Sorry. I'll shut up now. I will let you roleplay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Half a day, more likely. Maybe 16
Has there
hours.
been- Has there been a night cycle?
No.
It's always been daytime.
Well, it was day when I
That,
got
sorry,
here,
that's
so
not
has-
true. That's not true. You got here and it was night.
Okay.
Then about
there is.
then about 2 hours later, and it's funny because it's not gradual. The sunrise happened in the span of about 30 minutes, and the sun has not moved from its position since. Gives you the impression that somebody just flipped a switch and turned the lights on.
When I got here, it was
Huh.
night. The sun has not moved, as it normally does. So I could not tell you what time it is, just the year.
Gotcha.
Well,
Because just to be fully honest with you and be as transparent as we can, hopefully that will gain us some trust and you can start giving us more information. We have a vampire lord out in that tent that as soon as it gets dark is going to be really, really annoyed and pissed off. Just letting you know because she may come after us.
She's a friend. She's not evil. She's fine. We're friends.
Yeah, no.
Try
I
to
just look at
fight
your ass.
three
We're
of us.
friends with her
It's
lord,
gonna last
not
50
with her.
minutes.
I just look at your ass and be like, no, please. No.
Kraz's eyes widen as he reaches back and just kind of touches the hilt of his axe when you say vampire lord.
She's a rune lord, not just any vampire.
Well, she's more like the ally of the Lord with who we just spoke about to get the card that gave us here. Brought
And
us
she was
here.
very nice.
Until
felt
she
threatened.
was not.
Well, she
No,
feels
no, she was
completely scared,
completely
child.
going to eat this.
Yeah, no.
I mean, we are just animals to her. And you have no shame in killing a boy. It's the same for her.
Well, since you shared some information with me, I guess it's only fair that I return the favor. Does the name Niall mean anything to you?
Does it?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Can we roll?
Yeah,
What's it?
What number do we have to roll for this? Like, obscure name lord?
Obscure name lord. No. You can roll a recall knowledge occult if you wish.
Okay.
Does this
DC
count for me?
DC 35.
Oh,
Good.
I can't pass that.
I wouldn't have rolled had I known it was 35.
I mean, Bran rolled a 26, so it's not that bad.
So not the 35.
You could have rolled a 36.
Could he?
Yeah, 20 plus 10 is 30. Oh, well, no, never mind. He could have rolled 30.
So not 35.
So wait.
We don't know
I
anything.
remind you guys that you have cards that only heal you
Welcome-
and give you. No,
welcome-
never mind. Done.
Welcome to Weekly
So,
Crackers, where we
so
learn
Bran
math.
gave all the cards to the Ravenloft group, so you guys don't have a lot of cards. I'm sorry.
I didn't give all. I kept all the good ones for me. Thank you very much.
Just letting you guys know, by the way.
Cardism.
Just letting you know, if you want cards, this is where you can get them. And free packs, this is the keyword that you need to enter. Rather than purchasing them, you can just enter that keyword. We have 5 packs to give. And of course, quality rations. Why are you giving quality rations? We don't need them.
Delicious.
Delicious
It's sort of
ra-
just the example.
delicious rations. Oh my
Well, we
God.
never know when the twin needs to cook, eh?
Well, Kraz,
Ow.
I don't know the name. I'm Shiraza, by the way, and I think I could take you with me and my group back to our land. I can't promise anything about your land.
Where is your land?
Well, he'll kind of look towards the 2 elves and the gnome and say, they're part of some group project to cultivate lands that I used to know as the Tardoran Marches, which are sadly long gone from the glory days that I know. And so I could take you back there. I
I'll
think
let
they
you
call
talk-
them.
I'll let you talk for a second. I'll be back shortly. Sorry.
I think they call them the stolen something.
Stolen lands.
The stolen lands. Well, I'm not particularly keen in leaving this place just yet. You see, I'm in hiding, so to speak.
Are you a criminal?
No, not a criminal. I'm a famous warrior.
Then
But
why
you're
are you
hiding.
hiding?
Yes, not by choice. You see, I was brought here by my patron, Niall. I was a famous gladiator, one that would fight every night. I earned her favor. She brought me here without any other information. Just that I was being hunted. And that's all that I know.
So,
Is she here too?
yeah.
Niall is not.
And she just said, go here, wait for adventurers to help you?
That's what she said.
What?
Okay, we're the adventurers that will help you. So you will come with us.
I can do that. But she said to watch out for someone named She. And as I say that, I kind of look at Galali a little hesitantly.
My name is Kalali. not
Shiraza?
Oh my god.
What
You
was
not know
your,
when to shut up.
what was your patron's name? What race? What? Sorry, not name. What was her race and what was her? Was she arcane? Was she an occultist?
She was a Fey Queen. Only a Fey Queen is worthy of my patronage.
Oh,
Shiraza,
you
what
met a
kind of
Fey.
queen?
Didn't you guys meet a Fae
Yeah,
in a
exactly.
temple or stuff?
We did.
She,
we did.
yeah, the Fae is the one that told us to come here to use the card.
And so your patron only said to be afraid of someone named She?
That is correct.
Ah,
Oh, so you're fine, Raza.
Yeah,
So
you're good with us.
The names Cenarian mean nothing, or Nerissa means nothing to you?
Narissa?
Yes.
I know that name, but I do not know anything else. I've heard it before on a whim, but I don't know who that is.
Neither do we. What about Cenarian?
That is not familiar to me.
Right. Well, Cenarian is my patron of the Fae, so we have that in common.
Ah! A fellow Fey.
Does your patron Kraz hurt you every time someone speaks your
Well,
name?
I say patron. She was someone who I fought on behalf of. She would,
Right, but when someone says your name, you don't.
No,
you know.
she treated me very, very well. I would win battles for her, win her money, and at night I would banquet in the same hall.
Yeah, Shiraz, I don't think you're using the word patron
Stop
the way
saying
he's
that.
using it.
No, it's okay. It doesn't hurt him here.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt him here. He's fine.
Form good habits.
She is right. It might not be smart to get used to saying my name. Her connection may not be here, but I'm sure when
It
we're
hasn't
back
stopped
in
people in the past, so I don't know why we should bother now.
He doesn't have Wi-Fi here.
No Wi-Fi reception. That's why it's not
Funny.
working.
Phone, who this?
I've told you all that I know. Just that she brought me here to seek refuge, to avoid whatever it was that was seeking me.
Well,
Well, it seems the Fae are playing matchmaker, and now that we're
Yeah.
connected, what trouble could we ever have following the Fae?
yeah. And we'll be taking you back to a completely different area. People won't be able to find you. You're good with us. And on that note, I'd like to point out, we haven't eaten or rested in a really long time. I would really like to eat something because I am starving.
Well, we're in a castle. I'm sure there's going to be food somewhere. Let's go on a hunt.
But let's rest for the day, night, or whatever it is, and kind of. I'm exhausted.
So, there are
Shiraza.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Going about, at a glance, there are 6 bedrooms. There are 6 dining halls, literal dining halls, that are capable of hosting either galas to just like intimate nooks for a single dining. What you do notice that the style is varied in a way that Shiraza, you find your perfect dining hall. Vest, you find your perfect dining hall in with the same size of stool and tables and other things of sorts. Pretty much everything is cooked and ready for what is, according to you, a good meal. If you would have a favorite meal, that would be what would be served now. But I do not believe that any of you have a favorite meal at present.
Yeah, I do. Increase food.
Increase food. Yes, Shiraza.
Yo.
Continue with everything. I just have something.
Well, that's basically because you
Oh, that
were
was it?
looking for food and shelter. You have a feeling that this castle is more or less. So the best way to explain it, and Bran, you're probably the first one to catch up on it. It gives you the vibes of a magnificent mansion, the spell.
Yeah, I was.
But the few people that you see, for example, in the ballroom, seems tangible people. The person that you've met that gave Shiraza the book was a tangible person. So that is what you see.
Okay. I want to explore for a bit because I assume my companions are taking a rest.
Is
And-
everybody taking a rest, or like what's
Is
the
there-
intent here?
Are there other? So we see Kraz, and you just said the guy who gave the book is a tangible person. Are
Yes.
there other people now within eyesight? Now that we found like
In the
dining halls
ballroom,
and
yes.
and the food.
In the ballroom, yes.
Yeah, so I'd kind of like to go and talk to them and try and get some information.
So you want to go into the ballroom?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Vess, what do you want to do?
I'm just gonna go toward Shiraza and say, "Hey, did you summon that dragon or something?"
He really wants to see the dragon.
No. I'm just asking because if the dragon is cast
Nope.
tent, maybe the vampire won't go out. Thoughts?
He'll be silent for a while, and then respond. I think the card summoned it, which is why I think we should be wary to go near it.
Don't you control the cards? Like, aren't they your cards?
Absolutely not. I do not control fate. I merely follow it. I can influence it, but fate does not get control.
So,
So you're
if,
like an influencer.
so if the cards summoned certain things, why don't you explain what each card is to make sure that we know what we may be walking into? Like, did the cuddly, friendly, I will give you everything you want card summon the dragon? Or was it, you go near me and I'll chew your eyeballs out card? That may help us decide what we wanted to do.
The card that summoned it, if it helps, is called the Tyrant.
I think he's asking in character.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Sure, also kind
The
of
voice
motion.
of God enters the room.
Yeah, whoa, Jesus.
Tis
called
called
the
the Tyrant.
This castle really does give you everything you want.
Sure has a roll motion for people to come towards him, and he'll kind of like move to like a table and sit down. And he'll take a bit, and he'll pull out a card, one card at a time, and put it on the table. So he'll start with the Avalanche, and you've seen it, and he'll just be like, it shows a unthinking and unreasoning thing that will destroy everything in its way. It represents, typically represents a physical disaster.
It's the tyrant.
or
Watch
A
out.
panic crowd, or some form of calamity, which we've seen with the avalanche on the mountain. And then he'll take a second and put it away. And then he will move to the next one, which is going to be the dance. I don't know, Phil. Here, I'll just post it in chat for you guys. I don't know if Phil wants to pull it up for the viewers.
Yes, please. So he talks about the dance, which is this card here.
It's typically talking about a... How can I put this? It talks about how the universe is laid about. How everything abides by its rules. Or else things will go into chaos. It typically shows that staying in stride and knowing where you are meant to be is going to do the most good. And that people who try to abandon their fate will often cause problems for themselves or others. He'll put that one away and then pull out the next one. If I can find it. Yes, the Teamster.
These cards, they will be our doom.
Sorry. The Teamster. Let me show it for everybody.
And he'll take a few seconds and then say, this card depicts the external force that keeps us going. You know, typically it's physical or mental, and it shows what drives us to keep moving forwards, our ambitions, our hope. And, you know, for good or ill, the force cannot be ignored. But it influences everyone. The vampire that seeks blood does so to survive. It's not evil for that, but to some it would be evil. Or the thief who steals, he needs to live somehow. And then I will put that one away, and I will pull out the unicorn. And you'll see him kind of skim past one card as he pulls out the unicorn. Clearly intending to hold one for the last.
Oh look, fancy cards. You do have to make P for your lack of originality, I guess.
Sorry, I'm having fun with stickers.
Yeah, we see that.
And he'll look at it for a few seconds and then say, the unicorn typically depicts a offer that which the subject seeks, an unexpected gift or a source of a boon sort. It's typically good, but its benevolence could come in chaotic ways that can be missed.
Can I ask a question of what's the significance of the half-eaten pear on the horn?
That's just peer pressure.
Hey! Good night, everybody.
Oh my god. As I was saying, it shows that the gift that you may get is not one that you expect. The bite represents the notion that maybe it's not what you're expecting to have, and the pear itself represents the gift itself. And then he'll put that one away and pull out the tyrant.
Second tyrant. That's not what I want to do. That's what I want to do.
Huh.
And this is the one that I believe caused the dragon to come. That
would make sense.
It typically shows or indicates a ruler of some sort who's, well, tyrannical. Someone who should not be in charge. They might be a monarch, a slave driver, an overseer, even just as simple as a parent. It's really up to the interpretation of when I'm doing a reading. Whoever this person is, though, they do harm to those whom they do not hold sway. So anyone that they do not control, even if they do not intend to or realize that they're doing it, they cause problems for them. And then he'll put that one.
So, going to speak to the dragon, possibly bad. Going to the ballroom, questionable, because I'm assuming that's the dance. The unicorn could be nice to go and see.
But
the avalanche
from what-
bad.
I don't know. I feel like, well, we're dealing with phase, and there's always two sides of a coin. So maybe it's tricky. Maybe it looks tyrannical, but who is it the tyrant of? I don't know.
That book I was given taught me a spell. I would need time to prepare and cast it. But I believe that could take us to a place that I know. So, my thoughts are either we go to Oleg's, which I think would need us to go towards the tree that grew, which is the unicorn, or we go to Ashcroft's castle, which I believe could be the tyrant, or could be the dance, depending on how you want to view it. I am leaning towards the tyrant. But I think if we go there, we'd perhaps be able to stop Cyrus from destroying it, if he saw us disappear, and thanks to us. Or just return Ashcroft's knight without needing to have her travel the lands, which could look bad on you in alert to that.
Well, yes, that would be preferable, but also, like, if Cyrus is there waiting for us and we just saw us vanish, maybe it will be pleased, or at least relieved, to see us back without a scratch and not go all out blade gun. No, do gun exist? Gun blazing, is that something?
Guns do
guns
exist.
on Pathfinder.
Yeah, okay, gun blazing or fireball blazing.
Fireball blazing.
So
Lush,
guns exist, but like geographically speaking, there are. You're probably like on one of the most northern points of the planet, like where there's people inhabited and so forth, and the guns are from a place called Alkenstar, which is like pretty much like the equivalent of where you are, but to the south.
Shiraza will look to Brian and say, "Can't you wizards talk through the mind? Could you not warn him that we're fine?"
The dragon?
The Cyrus.
I don't know where he is compared to us, so I am unfortunately unable to communicate with him. I can try throwing his thunder stone, but I really doubt that it is something that will get him here. If we go back to Dowers Craig Castle, he's probably, for lack of seeing us come back alive, fucked off. So we'd be stuck at the castle without a way to transport back to him. So I would say go to Old Legs. That's the only place that I would see makes sense.
Well, Cyrus intended to wait for us to come out. If we did not, he would bomb the castle.
Yeah, but us disappearing would probably have set off alarms in the castle. He's probably smart enough to be like, something's gone wrong, and gotten out of there. I know I would if that was me waiting for us to not screw things up.
Delali, make a note. Brand sees anything happen to us, his first notion is going to run away.
Wah, wah.
Well, no, that's not true. Not wrong, but it's not necessarily true.
It's not the whole truth.
Well, maybe the time doesn't pass as the same here in the real world, so I don't know. We've seen weird time magic. I'm looking toward Shiraza, and there's a lot of unknown here, and I feel
possible. Sorry, go on.
I feel yeah, that's fine. I feel we just at least should return our vampire lady. Just have him on relatively. Oh, we're just leaving with your friend, whatever.
That is entirely possible.
We could go back to Cyrus's kind of area. He would help us. I'm sure if we got there, he would know and would come back to get us.
I'm not sure I can remember that place well enough to take us there. I mean, it was a weird castle of teleportation magic. There was a lot going on, and I don't even know if it was
going back. You feel more comfortable that you know Dowers Greg better? We were there for less time.
Yes, but my life was in danger, and I made plans to escape. So I did take more notes on the path. Oh, agree with Vest that time may not move here at the same time as it does on our home. I think it might be smart to gather information and engage with the people here.
Yes, so on with another subject. Kraz, how can we help you help yourself? I don't know. What are you required to do?
Survive, I think. That's all I was really told. So I'd say less dangerous
man.
with people, other travelers. So I think if I can join you, if something happens, easier to fight with friends than just by myself.
Oh man, I wish I had better news for you. We lost a fighter already. Well, good luck with us.
Misplaced. We're gonna get him back.
Yes, that's true. That's true. That's the whole purpose, isn't it? To bring him back, Lucian.
For you guys.
I wish I had more information to share, but that's really all that I need to do right now is just to stay safe.
That's excellent. We're talking about leaving this place, and I don't know where we are, so I'm a big fan of leaving as well. Shiraza, what brought us here?
Well, I can only assume it's me getting the 5th card of the deck. But I do not know for sure.
So is this where we need to be in order for us to retrieve Lucian?
I do not know, but I do not believe so. Since
You
I will
end
need
up
to
in
see
some-
the dead body.
You end up in a strange place every time you find one of those cards? Is that how they work?
Well, depends on what you consider strange. Nothing like this.
Sorry, did you just say we needed the dead body, like, to resurrect him? We needed
Oh,
to add
of
body?
course, you're gonna have to dig up the body. Do you want me to bring him alive while he's underground? Because, I mean, he'll just die again, but I can do that.
You haven't been quite forthcoming with information, Shiraza.
Yeah.
That's also because
in
I
terms
don't.
of in terms of you know what
Well,
you
I'm-
need and how this is going to work.
So yeah, the body's back at Oleg's, is it not? Should we not just go there?
Yes.
If you want to force the vampire lady to travel at night back to her castle, then yes, we can go back to Oleg's.
I have no problem with that.
Well, I have a problem. What if the vampire lady go all berserk? The people at Oleg's place? Nah, not feeling it.
Do you want to leave her here?
Absolutely.
No.
Can we send her? Shiraza,
If
how
it's
does your
not
magic
before.
work? Can we go back to her and can you send her?
Well, I'm not.
Can you send her home and us to Oleg's, or like, is it all or nothing?
I'm not a spellcaster. I'm mostly guessing, and I believe it'll be all of us at once.
We should
Well-
just go to the undead castle and leave her
Yeah.
there and make our way.
It can only take us a week of travel, or so, to get back.
And okay, and do we have to help Kraz here, or Kraz is just coming in with us, and that's your mission to survive with us in the Stolen Land? Is
Well, I guess that's up
am
to
I
him.
getting it right?
That's all I know right now.
Okay.
We're in the ballroom right now, right? He brought us over to a table
You
in the
want-
ballroom and sat down
It
to
was never
cards.
made obvious or clear, but if you go into the ballroom, that's not an issue. Just give me a second.
I always thought it was outside because I do have a plan.
I
for when they go
assumed
in.
it was outside as well, so you could have a conversation.
Private talk, yeah.
The ballroom itself is populated by a. It looks as if it's in the middle of a grand of a grand gala of sorts. There's partygoers, performers, and dancers. What you notice though is that they're always staying within the ballroom itself, and the atmosphere inside is soothing, relaxing. It gives you, when if you like a good jazz bar and you're going there and you're just vibing with it, that's pretty much like the feeling that you can get. As you walk inside as well, just give me a second. Okay, so nothing here. Just give me a second, Shiraza. Everybody that you cross paths with gives you a polite nod, gives you a good day, but doesn't seem to be pushing anything further than that. The best way I could explain it is we've all played Elder Scrolls games. When you meet NPCs, they have you almost feel as if they all it's like 20 people that recorded the same lines. It's kind of like the feeling you have. Yes, Shiraza. Skyrim, yeah. It's just yes, Shiraza.
What's there?
Have you heard of the Great Elves?
Yeah.
As people are kind of it's a ballroom. There's a lot of people around.
Yes.
I want to try and slip away from the group unnoticed.
Okay.
Because I know they're gonna try to rest and get food.
Okay, so make a stealth check for me, please. Oh, yes, you slip away, no problem. Because it would be opposed to their passive perception, their perception DC. Just give me a second. Let me check for a second. Unless somebody has 24, I highly doubt it. Just give me a second. Perception, so that's yeah, no. Even Vest doesn't see you. So yes, you are able to slip away. Bran.
I was just gonna say for flavor, I go around and I start clicking on all the NPCs until they just keep repeating all the same words to make sure they exhaust everything.
Excellent. You do meet a particular going around and clicking on all NPCs as you were saying is basically checking to make sure that some of them have certain dialogue. One of them has a different dialogue. Looks at you for a second. Ah, you're a wizard, aren't you? Oops, that's different.
Yes.
I have something for you. And he produces 2 scrolls. Choose which.
Is there anything about the scrolls that would indicate anything about them, or?
So they're not simple spell scrolls. They seem to be more of a gathering of pages, which reminds you of the making of a ritual scroll.
But they both they generally look the same. It's likely they're just 2 different spells. There's nothing that would indicate one is a legendary versus just a regular.
By looking at them, not really.
Okay. Is there anything? Sorry, I'm just trying to see if there's anything that I could. I assume if I kind of detect magic, I'll detect magic about both of them.
You may. So you're casting a detect magic?
Yes.
Excellent. There is magic in the area. Other than that of your friends.
I thought the things. I always forget detect magic.
Yeah, detect magic is not like in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. So in 5th edition, that specific thing is magical. In Pathfinder, it's a around you that tells you it's a radar.
Yeah, I thought I read something where it was things do sort of glow, you can tell what things are. But
I do believe that it is possible, but it requires a general feat. I believe it's arcane eyes or something like that.
Maybe that was it. Yeah. Damn it. Okay. So yeah, I just grabbed the right one.
The right one. Excellent. You
I'm assuming it was left or right.
you gain this one here. Just give me a second. So the other one disappears into dust, leaving no trace of its existence. The moment you touch the scroll, you gain the inherent knowledge of it, and the scroll, if you open it, is this blank page. Just give me a second. I will hand you the. It is.
The secret ingredient was in you all along, Bran.
Yes, that's basically.
It was friendship.
It was friendship all along.
Power of love.
The power of love. You gotta believe.
Power of love.
So if you check in your rituals, you should be able to see it.
Ooh. Ooh.
You have chosen wisely.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
I mean, it's impossible for him to know. Hey, thank you for the chest. It's impossible for him to know what it does from the glance, because honestly, there's like multiple like paragraphs of text on it. So it's like, no.
As Brad and both as me, I'm gonna wander off into a corner and just start reading and figuring out what this is.
Excellent. Anybody else does anything else? All right. Shiraza.
Yeah, so walking around. Oh,
yes.
so nope, after Shiraza.
No, go ahead.
Go.
Yeah, Necray, like Bran, is just gonna walk around and see if he can get any information. Like, does anyone go beyond just simple greetings and hellos? Is there anyone there to like?
We will mimic a conversation if you wish.
Yeah, just where are we?
Hello.
Who brought us here?
Hello. What do you
Hello.
ask him?
Can you tell us where we are?
Yes, you are in Harrowheart.
Harrowheart. All right. Do you know how we? Is there a lord or a lady of the castle about?
No.
What is Harrowheart?
I don't know.
Okay. How did you get here?
I've always been here.
What do you do here?
I dance.
With somebody.
Ooh, legendary card. Best NPC
All right.
2025.
Best NPC. That's funny. All right, and this is if that's a typical how the conversation goes, he's gonna go back to Galali, and just offer up. He has no new information on their situation.
All right. Shiraza.
Hi. I'm looking on the assumption that my companions, because they mentioned it, are going to take a bath and eat and stuff like that. I want to
Get away.
first of all scout around the castle, but I'm looking for like an animal of some sort that I could either slaughter or like blood of some sort that I can gather.
Jesus.
That got weird.
Oh boy, yeah.
That's gone darker than I expected fast.
What kind of weird sex thing is this gonna be?
So, in the castle, there's some birds that are up in the rafters if you want, but,
I mean, like, okay, so the castle has different banquet halls for every person that was part of the party, right?
Yes.
Therefore, they have to have one for the vampire lady.
No, she does not have one.
Okay, once I confirm that, I'm gonna go around looking for like a decently large animal that I can take down.
In the castle, so what I'm understanding is,
Or the surrounding ground.
which means you need to go down the cliff.
Yeah. Well, the plan is I'm gonna go walk back to the vampire lady. So like I'm gonna take my time.
So going back to the vampire lady is about a 5 minutes walk. Going down the cliff is about an hour's walk.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
So you go down like further. You pass the
Yeah.
vampire lady and you go down to the main ground. where the village
Exactly.
is.
Sure.
Okay. Sure.
Gonna go slaughter a
Okay.
villager.
Go slaughter a
I'm gonna
villager.
murder someone.
Okay. And you would find probably like down, there's horses, there's cattle, there's multiple of these animals down on the main ground. If you wish, just give me a second. I just want to verify one thing here real quick. I believe that's the one. Yes, okay. The moment you walk down to the village, you have a person that's basically just there with a stable. Oh, you're ready to take your horse, I see. And just like, hands you the reins of a horse.
Uh,
take his life.
Look at it
Go ahead.
awkwardly and then reach out and take the reins and say, "Thank you."
You're welcome.
Do I recognize the horse?
It's a horse. No, it's not. It's not. It's not the horse.
That's what I was asking.
horse.
It's not. It's not Mihao Bailey.
He'll kind of look at me and be like, "Is there a butcher in town?
Sure.
Do you know where?"
Yes.
Great, thank you. And I'll just walk past and start looking for one.
Okay. And you walk past. It takes you about a minute, and you find the butcher.
Wonderful. I guess I'll just enter and be like, "Could I take excess blood that you have from draining the corpses?"
Sure.
Wonderful. And I'll just look around.
What
for,
are you
like, a
doing with your
bucket.
horse, by the way?
I don't know. I guess
Because
I'm
you,
just
you
gonna,
walked
like-
into the butcher with the horse. I thought for sure you were about to slaughter the horse.
Well, obviously the horse is important. I'm just gonna tie it up outside as I walk in and look around. And after I get confirmation, I'm just gonna look. If there's like any bucket or anything, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Cool. Then I'll just walk out, take the horse, go back to the vampire lady.
Okay. So, meanwhile, Gilali, Kraz, Nakri, Bran, Vess. It's been about 30 minutes, and you've pretty much went around. Like, you've eaten, you've spoken, click on all the NPCs that you could. You're going around. One thing that you notice, the first people that notice is Vess. You notice that Shirazna's not here.
Hey guys, the furry friend is not here.
He's been
No, he's
replaced by
right.
an orc.
Bitch.
He
Wasn't
was
me.
right there. We should find him. He might be in trouble.
Does anyone know where he went off to?
Would he go speak to the dragon?
Well, would he?
I don't think so.
Did he give any indication? I thought he said we didn't want to talk to the dragon.
That was me.
That was you.
Let's go
Oh.
see outside.
Uh,
So you walk outside through the main gate, or you're going into a balcony to see the lush view and the dragon that is above the castle.
Balcony. I
Oh,
want to see the
Really
lush
nice.
view. I want to feel like a little prince.
You are a little prince always. Excellent. So he's going up the stairs. Is everybody following him?
Yes.
Yes.
yep.
Excellent. The dragon is still pretty much going around in circles, a la Zelda, the Tears of the Kingdom.
Do we see Shiraza?
Off in the distance, slowly going down towards the city, you do see Shiraza.
What's he doing with that horse?
He doesn't have the horse yet.
Okay.
Is he near the tent?
He's past the tent.
I start off down after him.
Okay. What is everybody else doing?
Are we? Well, why would he just fuck off like that? Well,
Well, baby,
Well, he's a
somebody-
cat.
Fair point.
got it. He saw a ball of string.
Fair point.
All right. Yeah, I guess we go after him, right?
Is he
Where-
need our ticket back on?
So you take off after Shiraza. You pass the main gate, past the little tent that's right next to it. So you Kraz, you for the first time past that little gate. You do notice inside there's a woman wearing this opulent dress that's crossed arms. Like, she seems to have had much better days. And she just watched you as you scoot by. Takes you about 45 minutes to go down. So you pretty much meet up as Shiraza is about to head up the slope back to the castle. So you meet him with a bucket of blood.
In the horse, right?
No, you left the horse tied up, I think.
No, I did.
Oh, and he has the horse.
Did you kill the unicorn?
Huh.
Of course not. I suppose you tired yourself of talking to people.
So, what's with the blood?
So we're going to talk about the bucket of blood.
What did I get myself into?
Look, I've not done anything. I've just...
Yet. Keyword.
You have the prank to play on someone?
No, it's excess from the butcher. The vampire is clearly struggling, scared. It's a beast. Like any other beast, it will be calmer when it's fed, and I need to talk to her.
You sure she won't take that as an insult?
Yeah, I don't really care.
Fair enough.
Okay. So, what's the plan? Are we like sleeping here for a brief short night and then going back to the Donovan castle? What's the dealio?
Has the sun still not moved at all?
Nope.
Okay.
Still up there in the sky.
I'd say we rest here, and then we go back to Oleg's.
I'm for resting, as I am a bit tired. I don't want to stay here. This place is unnerving.
We're going back into the castle.
So you are heading back inside?
Right.
No, well...
Are we going to the
Sure.
castle, or are we going to talk to the vampire?
Yeah, Shiraza's taking the blood to the vampire, so...
So what you're
Yes,
doing is you're going to be waiting outside while he walks in tent with the bucket. I'm assuming.
Who said I was going inside the tent?
Necray's gonna want to be within earshot of the conversation.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
He's not gonna get in between a vampire and their bucket of blood.
So, Shiraza.
Okay. Yeah, no, we'll approach the tent. And, he's not gonna go into it, but he'll approach it and stand outside it and be like, lady, your name is too long for me. I cannot speak a tongue. I have...
She's gonna look at you
food.
in a very, really... Aliriel.
Aliriel.
She's gonna sigh.
Call her
And place a strand of her hair.
He'll kind of shrug and,
What do you want?
Well, my companions are thinking of staying here for a while and eating, and it's not fair of us to eat and you not. So I've brought you blood. I know it's not kill and it's not particularly fresh, but I hope it's enough.
She's gonna raise a bro and kind of for the first time, give you a giggle. You're not sure if you're not sure what exactly she finds funny. But blood.
Yes.
From a bucket?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Make a diplomacy check for me, please.
Fuck.
The DC is gonna be
Society?
I
mean, there is diplomacy as a skill.
Yeah, it would be diplomacy.
I'm gonna use Let's Try That again.
Oh my, okay.
Oh.
Very nice.
You see her hand kind of clenching into a fist and you hear the cracking of bones. You struck a nerve of sorts, but she seems to be keeping it under cool for now. While I appreciate the intent, this is not how we eat.
I see. I apologize for the assumption.
What do you eat?
Instantly, she's gonna go back to like snarling and just being like, for being asked such a rude question right away. She does not answer, and it seems that that closed the door to whatever civil conversation that you were about to have.
Well,
Can I coerce her?
What would you do to coerce her? Because you've been big clicking on coerce all night.
Here comes the smolder, everybody.
Blue steel.
Blue steel. You would like to coerce her, as I understand it.
Yes.
So this was the coerce is more of the on the. It's not exactly blue steel. It's more you're trying to intimidate her into.
Yes.
So compared to it would be against her willpower DC, if you wish. I will not lie to you that it is quite high.
I can try.
No, lie to us. Lie to us.
So you may do an intimidation check, please. Sadly, it is not sufficient to affect the outcome.
Thank you.
Sure.
well, according to a friend that we've met here, it may turn night soon, and I simply wish to avoid you hurting people here. You're welcome to visit us in the castle, and I intend to take you home with the rest of us. And at her silence, he'll leave the bucket and just walk off towards the castle.
What are the other ones? What are the other people doing?
Raza, what were you trying to? What were you trying to do here?
Once we're somewhat far away, he'll reply. Simple. She is a guest of us. She has shown that she is friendly, but somewhat. She's also a vampire. And I do not know how they live, but I know they, according to everything I know, they eat blood. And they need that. She clearly is hungry, or she has felt threatened, and so she has lashed out. I was hoping to show kindness, and to calm her down, and to prevent her from causing issues with the villagers or the inhabitants of the castle.
I appreciate that, and that was really good forethought. Though I would sort of like to see her try and hurt the ethereal people on the castle and see what happens to her. Sort of.
I'd rather we
Out
not
of morbid curiosity, but no, I get it. I get it.
anger the cards. I didn't know.
Can we trust the, like, should we be eating this food and should we sleep here, or, like...
No, I trust this place.
Everybody...
I haven't found any danger yet, and I was brought here for protection, so I would believe that it's safe.
Vess?
Yeah, well, I don't want to interrupt the conversation, so they're done.
Okay. They seem to be done.
yeah, you're good.
Alright. So, meanwhile, that was happening outside. Vess got a bit curious about the dancing people.
Okay.
And he's like, why not try? So, Vess will start dancing with if anything happened.
You would start dancing. Okay. Just give me
Yep.
a sec. I would like for you to make a.
Is that the assumption that we're back in the ballroom, or is he dancing out in front of the tent with the vampire?
He's going to the ballroom. Can you please roll a performance check?
You, my only weakness. Okay.
You have cards. Don't forget the cards.
Okay, I'll see what the cards can do.
11. Do you keep that, or do you want to change it?
Use your
I'm just
re-roll with the hero point.
She's like, use your resources! Use everything!
But the card doesn't say anything about the.
No, you don't have anything. You have force of will, breathe, quality rations. You don't have anything that helps for that.
I was just, if you have your own cards that you haven't played yet, you could use them.
Yeah, that's what
Or-
I'm looking at. Like,
So normally
things
the
I-
cards need to be played before.
Yeah, I know.
So
Sorry.
you cannot just, oh, I need it now, so I'm gonna play it.
Okay, okay. Well, I don't see anything useful, so
Okay.
let's go with an 11.
With 11, you feel soothed. You feel better. You're not sure what, but something about you changed.
Okay. Well, that was nice.
I'm guessing that the rest of the party is figuring to settle for the night.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent.
Do we have our own rations? We've got our own rations.
Yes. As you're getting ready to, going to the bedrooms and with the intent of sleeping, the candle lights, the candles lining the walls, the torches lining the wall, all burst opened. So basically, light seems to appear in the halls, and as you watch outside, in the span of 30 minutes, the sun goes down, and there is a
And we hear a
beautiful
scream.
moon. There's a beautiful moon in the sky.
Oy vey. I
Oh,
figured
quality rations again. Excellent. Just give me a second. So now we have better rations. Just give me a second. I'm gonna do that here. Card common quality rations. Just give me a
Where's
second.
the...
Excellent. So, this is where we'll end it for tonight. With night falling
All right.
over Harrow Heart, as the party prepares to much needed sleep, reprieve, and decide what they're gonna do next. Just give me a second. So I hope that everybody enjoyed this for tonight.
Yes.
Awesome. Oh,
Welcome, Kraz.
Welcome, Kraz.
Yes. Welcome to the insanity.
Yes.
I want to make a note to ask what the hell about the vampire next time.
I mean, yeah, it's an interesting story, I would say. Interesting.
Did we
story.
just get a pet?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, but-
Tune in next time.
So I do know that a lot of parties take a habit of taking on all NPCs, they're mine now type thing, and building an army. That's
I don't know why people are so afraid of her.
He's going
Can we
to
do that?
teach her.
no, you can't. No, you can't.
Okay, okay.
We can't adopt her as a pet. That's
You
a shame.
cannot
If we
adopt
give
her
up
as
our-
a pet. You
If
cannot
we give up our
adopt.
teacup- If we give up our teacup
Vampire.
dragon, can we upgrade to a dragon, a vampire lord?
Now, wait. Now
But
you're
yeah,
putting
we'll
something
take care of
interesting.
her.
Now you're putting in something
we'll clean
interesting.
up after her.
If you want, so you want to trade the teacup dragon for a vampire lady? Is that what I'm hearing?
No.
Well, I will
I
fight
think that
you
could
all.
be on the table. That could be on the table. Come on.
I'm not.
Dragon
down
for
for
a
it.
vampire?
I'm not close to the idea. I'm listening. This is
Excellent.
I will
interesting.
fight this entire group right
For the sake and honor of the teacup dragon.
Puppy
You
cup
leave
dragon in
her
group.
biscuit noodle alone.
So, Mayor, I've never read Discovery of Witches, but I heard that it's actually very cool. The castle itself and the whole place that they're visiting is an actual place in Pathfinder in Golarion. So I will not talk too much about it because players might be going back into it. But if you're into any of the lore of Pathfinder, you might be able to come up to what this place actually is. Let me I love the birds, but let's get rid of the birds for now because I'm hearing like the birds chirping in my ear. All right. Yeah, that's basically what it does. The castle absolutely does that. It adds rooms to it with the numbers of visitors there are. All right. So you guys sadly do not level up. Boom, boom, boom. I think you've leveled
Do we
up.
get any XP?
You do not gain any experience point.
God damn it.
Because you have not achieved anything
Only reason I
meaningful.
play. We got a
That's not
friend.
true. We met a friend.
Sorry, you've met a friend. You've met a friend.
Best NPC of 2025.
Yes, best NPC of 2025.
We got a bucket of blood. We got the vampire to snarl at us 5 times.
Yes, you've gained
Did we
rituals.
just-
You've gained rituals.
Did
Yeah.
we just lose at D&D?
You lost to D&D. Some people win it. Not you. You lost it. No.
You get nothing.
You get nothing. Nothing. All right. Just a quick
Man,
recap.
we played D&D and all we got was the
for-
smelly orc.
Right. Just a little quick recap. If you have not joined us yet, you can join us on Discord at. Give me a second. Yeah, the link is up here with Nightbot. If you want, you can gain access there to latest. When we're going live, you get a little view of it. If you get announcements and so forth, you get all that. Speaking of announcement, by the way. So we're still doing the rotating games. So on one week we have Ravenloft on Tuesdays, and on the other week we have Kingmaker on Wednesdays. So basically Wednesday the 11th and Wednesday the 25th of June will be session 18 and session 19 for Kingmaker. Chris Strahd will be Tuesday the 3rd and Tuesday the 17th. For June as well. We're adding some content to the channel. Of course, all players are welcome to attend. I will be opening the lounge for anybody that's actually a cast member, so you can join us in voice, just discuss, play games and stuff like that. So every Thursday at 8, except on Thursday the 12th, we will be having virtual table talks, which will be actually going over the content of what we saw on the stream. So for example, if you like what you saw on the stream, you want to know more information on, let's say, hey, that cool NPC that you used, can we know more about it? You'll be able to view it there. If you want to know about anything that we've used, so we're using Foundry mainly. If you want to know the modules that we're using, if you want to know the content that we're using, if we're subscribed to anything, the maps and everything, the music, if you want to know where it's from, basically every Thursdays will be to go back for the content that happened during the week. And also Sundays, every Sundays at 7 p.m. except on the 15th, we'll have Campfire Socials starting at 7 p.m. So basically just join us. We'll be just discussing at large about this and that for Dungeons & Dragons. We'll be playing some small games like Sunder Folks and other things like that. So always welcome to chat and just, talk about something that's not one of the games that's actually going on and so forth. The reason why the 12th and the 15th there will not be any content is because I will be gone for the part of the week and the weekend. We're going to Beltane's, taking some time here for anybody that's in the SCA that's still on the fence. Beltane's is one of the best events that you can attend. It is in Canada. I'm sorry for that. So if you have your passport, you should try to attend it. It is a 5 days event with a large medieval village, the best actually medieval site in North America. I am not making that up. You can check it up. It's at Bicoline. So anybody that's familiar with LARPs and anything like that know that site. We're actually fighting in a real town with 3-story high buildings, medieval buildings. There's a large inn. There's a real-life castle, and we're basically fighting all in there in a fully immersed atmosphere. It's an amazing, amazing event.
There may or may not be a dragon.
Sorry, what?
There may or may not be a dragon.
There may or may not be a dragon. Yes.
There's a few people from the mid-realm going, so there will be a couple dragons.
Yes, there will be people. So as far as I know, there's people from Mid-Realm, there's people from Eldamir, there's people from
Lots of people from Eldamir.
Yeah, Eldamir is coming in mass, and I believe Aethelmark. There's also going to be a few people from Aethelmark. So yeah, we're looking into making it a inter-kingdom event. So that's gonna be amazing. Anything that you guys want to announce? Anything that you're going through? Any socials that you want people to know about to give you some love and like? Or do we move on for raids? I'll say that.
I say
Raids.
We will go raid someone. All right, just give me a second. Let me find someone.
Lost initiative. Lost in initiative. Let's try that.
No, so we're gonna go raid a group called the Cat's Meow Show. It's actually a adjacent content. They're doing Vampire the Masquerade. There are some people who are parts of the group that do part of Ticking Time Bob. A very cool community, by the way, guys. I absolutely recommend you join them. They're actually super cool. So we will be raiding these guys. So you can up in on the raid. Just give me a second. Give me a second. That happens. All right. I don't know if that should be cool. All right. With that, thank you so much for being here. Your love, your appreciation, the follows you're making, the everything that you're doing into helping out this channel is amazing. I mean, honestly, I cannot say thank you enough, and I hope that you guys have a good end of the week. We'll see you next Tuesdays for Ravenloft. And we started the raid. Should be, if you op in the raid, you'll be having a lot of cool things added to it. So, ciao, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.